This message has to be told because this message is going to challenge your mindset and your thinking. It's going to challenge actually learned behavior. And that is something that if we as people are open enough to be critical thinkers and allow ourselves to challenge certain things, not everything, but certain things that we have been told and we have been taught, we actually will allow ourselves to grow and grow in a robust way. Because everything that we know or we think we know, everything that we have learned may not be correct. It may not be true or may be a half truth. How will we know? So we have to be critical thinkers and challenge certain things and challenge things that we have been taught and have been told. And in doing that, we're actually challenging ourselves to think differently, to think on a higher level, and not just take things for face value. This session tonight is going to do just that. It's going to force you to challenge what you've been taught, challenge what you've been told, and think of things in a different way. This message tonight is personal to me. Why is that? It's personal because a couple of days ago was my birthday. And exciting time that, we reach your birthday and most people celebrate and have birthday parties. You get balloons and cake and family and friends come around and they say happy birthday to you and they sing a song. And if you're special, you might get the Stevie Wonder version of the happy birthday. You must be special if you get that version. And all of that is beautiful. But this challenge is, why do we celebrate birthdays once a year? What exactly does it represent? What exactly are we celebrating? And why are we celebrating? Here's why I asked the question. I am not necessarily a big birthday person because my birthday is the beginning of the year, it's January. I fall under the zodiac sign of an Aquarius, which, if you know an Aquarius, we are unique people with unique ways. And I have the train of thought that I like to celebrate my birthday every day, any day. I don't like special days. I like every day to be a special day. Every day to have the same excitement that you will have on your birthday. I like that every day. If you like Christmas and you open gifts on Christmas, but see, I like that every day. If you like New Year's and you like the fireworks and all that stuff, see, I like that every day. I don't want to wait once a year for those things. I don't think we should. And that is tonight's session because we're going to challenge the norm and going to challenge the way people think and what you've been taught about birthdays, the date, the annual date of your birth. Because whether you know it or not, Your birthday is every day. Whether you know it or not, you are reborn every day. And I'm going to help you open up your mindset to this concept as we go to tonight's session. Tonight's session is Happy Rebirth Day. Thank you for joining me. Now, this is Financial Fitness Friday. So normally in my Financial Fitness Friday, I give a nice little message about financial fitness and getting your finances in control, under control, and planning for the future. And it's a nice little session, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. But tonight is a little departure. This is not necessarily about financial matters, but this is about reframing your mindset. And in my financial fitness, although the basis of it is finance, it's really all about mindset. Because my message is, if you change your mindset and you change your understanding of why, how, in a manner in which you do something, you can change everything. You can change the entire outcome of what you're trying to do. And everything's about mindset. So today's session of Happy Rebirth Day is about challenging the mindset. So let's get into it. I done told you that it was my birthday. My birthday just passed. But I'm the type of person who want my birthday every day. So let's think about this for a moment. What if life wasn't meant to be celebrated once a year, but renewed every single day, the way I like it? Let's go with this frame of thought and let's have a celebration. You guys can join my celebration because I want to say Happy Rebirth Day to myself, but to you as well and to everyone. Because whether you know it or not, your birthday's every day. Because as we let go and release the ideas that growth, joy, and transformation are reserved for a special date, through reflection and grounding and insight and a soulful guidance, this session will reframe daily life as an ongoing rebirth. One rooted in grace, kindness, and intentional self-care. Stay with me because we're going to challenge the concept of what you think you know about birthday. So as we explore the body's natural cycle of renewal and the soul's quiet invitation to begin again, we're going to get into this deeper. Allow me to guide you, rather guide us as a family, as a community, towards treating ourselves with gentleness, honoring small joys, and living each day as a sacred opportunity to start fresh. This session is both a meditation and a mindset designed to help us all live in a renewed state. So we're not going to rush this, but we're going to be intentional in this time and in this very moment. Let's go to work. So join me in a celebration. Happy Rebirth Day. Living a renewed life each and every day. A daily celebration of life beyond the calendar. So welcome, family, friends, and fraternal souls. Welcome to today, your very own rebirth day. Not yesterday, not last year, not the version of you that existed before you took your last breath. Mm. This very moment today is a true cause for celebration. I want you to say something that may sound unfamiliar at this moment at first, but feels deeply true to yourself once you allow it to settle in. I'm going to say it many times, so you might as well get used to it and start saying it to yourself, because we're included in this together, collectively. Happy Rebirth Day. Not once a year, not tied to candles or numbers, not bound to a ceremony on a calendar, but today, because today you are new again. Each and every day, you are new again. Your skin is shedding, renewing itself quietly without applause. Your hair continues to grow. I don't know, maybe not mine, but your hair continues to grow, marking time through renewal. Your cells regenerate, replacing what once was with what is or what is becoming. And it's all doing its thing in your life, in your body, without permission, without announcement, without asking you to remind or to remember to do it. Your body already understands the very nature of rebirth. The only question remains is, do you? Today's session is an invitation to stop living life as though renewals only happen once a year or periodically. Here is a beautiful opportunity to start living as though every day is a rebirth. Somewhere along the way, we were taught to live life, and that life renewals happens annually. Something that you have to wait for and be patient for. One day, one cake, one moment of reflection, and then back to life, back to your normal routine. That's normally how it happens, right? But nature doesn't work that way. Isn't that interesting? Your body doesn't work that way. Your soul doesn't work that way. Nothing in life say, wait 12 months to begin again. The sunrise doesn't hesitate because yesterday was difficult. Your breath doesn't pause because your last year hurt or there was pain. Your heart doesn't stop. It doesn't stop beating because you're just not ready right at this moment. Life renews itself daily. And if your life renews itself daily, why do you wait so long to do things like forgiveness and forgive yourself? Why do we wait so long to release? Why do we wait so long to begin again? Happy Rebirth Day means you are not required to carry yesterday into today. Your body is a living sermon on rebirth. Every 27 to 30 days, your skin replaces itself, whether you know it or not. You are literally not wearing the same skin you had last month. Your hair grows, pushing forward, leaving evidence of time, and time has changed. Your blood renews. Your cell regenerates. And your body never asks a question like, am I worthy of becoming new? It simply just does. And yet, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we resist the very process that our very body already embraces. We tend to cling to old guilt, old mistakes, the old version of ourselves. But your body whispers every day, you are allowed to become new. It's okay to renew. Think about that. Because your soul is giving you a daily invitation. Your soul wakes up every morning with a question. What do you want to be today? Not who you were, not who they expect you to be, not who hurt and pain shaped who you are. Whew. That's for another session. When we talk about past traumas, that's for another session. But that was a powerful statement. Not who hurt and pain shaped who you are. You get to choose to be who you are and who you want to be today. Rebirth isn't dramatic. It doesn't require permission from anyone. It doesn't wait for closure. Sometimes rebirth looked like choosing peace instead of proving a point. Sometimes it looked like resting without guilt. Sometimes it looked like letting go quietly. And sometimes rebirth looks like forgiving yourself for surviving the only way you knew how at the time. Releasing our old self. Because rebirth requires release. You cannot become new while gripping and grabbing on to what no longer fits who you are and who you are becoming. You don't have to hold on to the old narrative, the old labels, old survival strategies that once worked but no longer serves you. We all know those things. Those things that held on to us and weighed us down. You are not being disloyal to yourself or anything. You're just outgrowing the former version of yourself. You are not weak for needing a new beginning. You are not behind. You are simply allowing yourself to renew. Each and every day you wake up is a quiet declaration that I am still becoming a new version of myself. Imagine living each day as a rebirth day. You speak differently. You move intentionally. You forgive faster. You love deeper. You stop postponing joy. You stop waiting for milestones. Stop believing life starts later. Life is not waiting for your next birthday. Life is actually happening now. And every morning, you are handed the same gift. What is that? A gift of a clean slate, a renewed breath, a chance to choose again, a chance to do things differently. So let's reflect for a moment. Ask yourself quietly and gently. You can do it out loud or subconsciously. What version of me is ready to be released? What weight no longer belongs to me today? What belief has expired and outlived its usefulness? What fear has outlived its usefulness? Now ask again, what will renewal look like for me today? Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Even the smallest choice that you make today that is different counts. It matters. So, today, I don't wish you happy birthday. You don't need to wish me happy birthday, although my birthday was a couple of days ago. I wish you something far greater than that. Happy rebirth day. May you honor the quiet renewal happening within you. May you stop postponing becoming your greater self. May you remember you do not need permission to begin again. And let me stop there for a second, because that's a very poignant point. Because oftentimes we all make mistakes. We all may veer off our course. We all may make choices that we at some point may regret. But regardless of all of that, you can always start over again. You can always begin again. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay in the past. We're moving forward to the future. You can always begin again. But in Happy Rebirth Day, you begin again every day. Every day is a new opportunity to do something different, to do something new, to correct the wrongs. Every breath is proof. Every sunrise is evidence. Every day is a rebirth. And tomorrow, you'll be new again. Let's go. I like this. This session right here. Just for a second. Pause. This session makes me happy, because this is my mindset. I'm not trying to put my mindset on anybody else. Some people are just happy with their annual birthdays, and that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my mindset is, you don't have to wait. We don't have to wait. We can have these small celebrations. So imagine this. Your birthday comes around, and as I mentioned, you have your cake, you have your celebration. But what small thing can you do each and every day? Not the same thing, but something different each and every day. That is a quiet celebration of you, of your life, of who you are, of what you have done, what you are doing, what you are becoming. Quiet celebration. You don't have to wait once a year. You have the opportunity, as long as you have the breath of life, to do it every day. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that if you take that daily birthday, that daily self-care, that daily joy, and compound it day over day over day over day? Whew. If you think about it, if you did that, you wouldn't need a birthday at the end of the year, or whatever it is. You wouldn't even need a birthday. And that's kind of how I think, and that's kind of how I live my life. But moving on. So if today is your rebirth day, then how do you treat yourself? And the manner in which you treat yourself, it matters. Think about how you treat a newborn baby. Newborn to life. You're going to treat that newborn baby with care, with patience, with gentleness, with protection. You won't rush it. You don't shame it. The baby we talking about. You don't shame the baby for not knowing something. You don't demand productivity from that baby. And yet, we expect ourselves, fully human, healing, evolving, to move through life with grace. Daily Rebirth asks different types of questions. If I am new today, why am I treating myself like something old and worn out? Why am I treating myself as if I'm not going to make it? Why am I treating myself as if I got to carry and hold on to the past mistakes and the things that happened in the past? Grace is not indulgence. Oh, so I have a great comment from Robert, and that is a very a beautiful point that you highlighted. And in fact, whether you know it or not, you just proved my point. The comment is from Robert: there is a difference in celebrating you and letting others celebrate you. And you are exactly right. But Robert, riddle me this. Do you know how many people allow other people to celebrate them, but they don't celebrate themselves? Do you know how many people live life with the need to be celebrated by others, but don't know how to properly celebrate themselves? When all the lights is gone and the cake is gone and the people are gone, who are you? That's what the rebirth is about. The rebirth is about the celebration of yourself so you can truly enjoy yourself, who you are wholly, when everyone else is celebrating you. Do you know how many people have hundreds of people around them celebrating them, lifting them up, speaking their name, and they feel miserable because they're still finding themselves. They're still trying to center themselves. They're still trying to find who they are in the center of everything that's happening. That's the whole purpose of daily rebirth. It's not about that celebration, and it's not about the other people. It's about you. That was an excellent point, and it kind of sat on top of what I'm saying. Yes, celebration from others, but we cannot forget to celebrate ourselves. That's what's important. So, back to my point. Grace is not indulgence. Kindness is not weakness. Self-care is not selfish. They are requirements for renewal. Let's break these things down. Grace as a daily practice, because grace means allowing yourself to exist without constant correction. It means saying, I am learning, I am becoming, I am allowing myself to be imperfect today. Grace doesn't erase responsibilities, it softens the way you carry it. When you live your life with the mindset of a daily rebirth, you stop punishing yourself for a yesterday version of you. You stop replaying old mistakes like a sentence that never ends. And you let today stand on its own merit. Because grace say, you don't have to earn your presence. You don't have to earn your joy. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to justify your joy. You don't have to prove your worth. You are new today. A new life deserve gentleness. Lead me to the next. Kindness. Kindness towards yourself is not dramatic. It's subtle. It's quiet. It's consistent. It is the way you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. Back to Robert Point of celebration from others, celebrating yourself. But this is about you, the individual. Not how everyone else speaks of you, but the question is, how do you speak of yourself? It's choosing rest instead of guilt, water instead of neglect, patience instead of pressure. Daily rebirth means asking, would I speak to someone I love the way I speak to myself? If the answer is no, that's rebirth at work. Kindness is not something you wait to receive from others. Back to the celebration. It's something that you practice inwardly every day. Hence, the daily rebirth. Personal treats and how do you treat yourself? Let's talk about something simple and powerful. Personal treats. So let's say we wait annually for birthday so we can open up birthday gifts and have some nice gifts and treats and things that may make us happy. But what about daily personal treats? We're not talking about excess. We're not avoidance, but intentional moments of pleasure and appreciation. What does that mean and what would that look like? It would look like something like your favorite cup of coffee or tea, a walk in silence, music that feeds your spirit, a pause in the day without explanation. Treats are not rewards for surviving hardship. They are acknowledgement. Simply put, acknowledgement of just being alive and living. When you live in rebirth consciousness, you stop saving for joy, for special occasions. Every day becomes the occasion. You don't say, I'll rest when I earn it. You say, I rest because I'm human. You don't say, I'll celebrate later. You say, being here is enough. Being here, right here now, is a celebration. Changing mindsets, baby. We changing mindsets. So you have to start to rewrite your inner thoughts, your inner feelings, and have a new inner agreement. Because daily rebirth means rewriting the contract that you have with yourself. Let's think about that. Old agreements is something like, I must push, I must prove, and I must be punished to succeed. New agreements is, I move forward with compassion and care for myself. An old agreement with oneself is, I'll be kind once life slows down and I have time to do so. New agreements is, kindness is how I move myself through my life. You see, rebirth isn't about becoming something else. It's about treating who you are, who you already are, with reverence, with love, with care, with kindness, with tenderness, with grace. So today, I'm so happy I was able to share that message. I didn't know if I was going to get to this point, but we are here. Today, treat yourself like someone's newly born into this world. with patience, with curiosity, with softness. Offer yourself grace when you stumble, kindness when you're tired, small treats that say, I'm glad I'm here, because you are. Happy rebirth day. Not once a year, but today and tomorrow, and each and every day that you wake up and you are willing to begin again. Until next time, live renewed, embracing the fact that we are all reborn each and every day. So take the moment to celebrate you, to celebrate your renewal each day, and say to yourself, happy rebirth day. Thank you for celebrating this moment with me. If this message made a difference to you, please share it with someone who may need to hear it. In parting, I would love for you all to stay rooted, stay blessed, and keep living life with kindness, clarity, and purpose. I am D.E. Wilder, and this is Financial Fitness Friday, focusing on financial fitness for the future. And I bid you peace and blessings. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. That was an excellent question, Mr. Robert. Excellent question. Excellent point. Thank you. Thank you. Have a beautiful weekend. Peace and blessings.
There's a lot of people that sat on the stage.
That's nice.